Okay, so you should have your distance versus displacement worksheet. This worksheet is going to have the graph directions. Then it's going to include, and it's 2 pages. Then it's going to include your graphing paper, and then you're going to have DT/VT graph pictures. If you want to, rip it apart so that way you can work on it, but you have to staple it back together. You have 1 hour to get this done. We will start the quiz in 1 hour. The quiz will be on PowerPoint on the screen. You will not have as much time as you want to answer those questions. Everyone will be answering them at the same time. Either you know it or you don't know it. Okay? We are going to give you about 2 minutes, maybe 2.5, 3 minutes per slide, and then we're going to move to the next slide. When you take your quiz, you will not have anything, no notes, no phone, no nothing in front of you, just the piece of paper. But let's go ahead and start on this part of the lab. So please make sure you have your name on here, right? I need to know who you are. Labs count as much as a test grade, so let's make sure that we do this and we do it exactly as accurate as you can. First step, I have the lab here that says purple, brown, pink, and yellow. You might have one that's red, green, yellow, and orange. I don't know. Remember, there's 4 different versions out there. But let's go ahead because everyone is going to start off exactly the same for the first couple of steps. After that, then you go into your own direction. So on here, it says I'm going to start off with purple. So I got my purple. Please do not use markers. We want to use like a matte pencil or like a pen. That way you have a nice thin line. Because if you use some kind of marker like this, you look at your line, how big it's going to be. It's not going to, your graph's not going to be good. You're not going to get accurate data when doing your measurements. First thing it says here, measure the distance 10 centimeters straight east and mark it as point A. Where are we starting? We're starting from home. When you go to the next section, you're going to start from home. Every section you start from home and then you move on to the next leg of it. Kind of like homework number 1. So here's my home. Remember, we don't use inches. That's a no. We're going to use centimeters. And it says go 10 centimeters. But wait a minute. Look at my ruler. My actual 0 starts at this line, not at the edge. Please make sure you pay attention to your ruler. Where do I start? I start from the middle of my object, not the edge, but from the center. So from there to over here, hopefully you can see that 10 is right over here. All right, right before that line. I'm going to go ahead, draw a line. Oops. And it says on my worksheet, call it point A. You know what? I'm just going to call it an A. That's point A. What is the distance for this leg 1? Well, I know that the distance is 10 centimeters because I just did it. But yet the displacement, because there's no other lines, is also 10 centimeters. Let's go ahead and continue to the next leg of this. It says measure 10 centimeters straight north and mark it as B. Let's go ahead, get my ruler, start from the middle of that object, go straight up 10 centimeters. And 10 centimeters is about right here. Go ahead, draw your line in. We're going to label this as B. And right now you can probably be doing this along with me on your paper. It's going to ask me, what is the total distance? Remember, when you see the word distance, we think of add. When you see the word displacement, you think of the word a straight line. Okay, so the distance, if this one is 10 centimeters, which I already measured and know, and this one's 10 centimeters. You don't have to write that in, I am. Then a total is going to be 20 centimeters. Well, I just noticed that I messed up on that part. It asked me what the distance of only leg 2. 2 is 10 centimeters, but if I travel from home to the end of leg 2, that's going to be 20 centimeters. Using a ruler, measure and write down the displacement. A displacement would be a straight line from the middle of this home dot to the middle of my point B. And at the middle, I got about 14.2 centimeters. Remember, after every number, you should give an SI unit. Okay? So you're going to continue with this worksheet. You have 1 hour to get it done. There's no time for you to be playing around or talking or chit-chatting. You need to get your work done. This is due in 1 hour, whether you're done or not. But let's keep going because there's another part to it, which is this back part. What you're going to have to do is you're going to get scissors when you're ready for this section. You're going to cut out all of those little graphs. And you're going to tape them or glue them because I left you glue sticks. You're going to glue them in the appropriate location. Okay? I don't know, this is not correct, but look, I'm just, you're going to glue them all in the correct location. Make sure all of your papers are stapled together at the end. Even if you unstaple them, no problem. Staple them back together, turn them in, and then you can be done for the day. All right? I'm joking. You're not done for the day. I forgot. When you're done with this, you're going to go grab your notebook paper, and on your notebook paper, because we're all starting at the same time, you need to number it 1 through 10. Please make sure your name is at the top of the notebook paper when you get it, but that will not be until later on after 1 hour has passed. All right, put your name over there. You're going to watch the PowerPoint